Hey, this is the franchise Shane Douglas, ECW's original World Heavyweight Champion. Right now, you're watching the #1 wrestling podcast on all of Long Island, Monty and the Pharaoh.
Monty and the Pharaoh. Monty and the Pharaoh.
The Monty and Pharaoh Show.
And you're watching the Monty and Pharaoh Show.
Monty and the Pharaoh.
With Monty and the Pharaoh.
Monty and the Pharaoh.
It's Monty and the Pharaoh.
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 Monty and Pharaoh.
It's Monty and the Pharaoh.
And Monty and the Pharaoh. Oh, is it Monty and the Pharaoh? Monty and Pharaoh.
The Monty and the Pharaoh Show.
Monty and the Pharaoh. To the Monty and the Pharaoh Show. And it's Monty and the Pharaoh, baby.
Monty and the Pharaoh.
Monty and the Pharaoh.
Monty and the Pharaoh. Oh, what a rush. We've got the future Hall of Famer, that rocker, Marty Jannetty, MJ in the house, and I'm sitting here with two more future Hall of Famers, Monty and the Pharaoh. We're doing that stuff and we gonna rock it.
Not just dreaming it, we're doing it for it. Straight to the top. Working hard every day just to leave out that tower.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monty and the Pharaoh, only seen here at Village Connection Radio, live from Rockstar Studios, a special Saturday edition. At the helm is none other than the owner of this illustrious station, Mr. Jim Savali.
Well, good morning.
Or good afternoon. To the right is the star of the show, Jimmy Farrow.
Happy Saturday.
And most importantly is WWE Hall of Famer, pro wrestling superstar, iconic human being, Mr. Tony Atlas. Tony Atlas.
I always wanted to meet him.
Who's
Tony
that?
Atlas?
Tony Atlas?
He's awesome. You'd love him.
I think he's a prick.
Really?
Oh, my
no way,
God.
man. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's good for nothing.
Good for nothing. Oy.
Well, we're going
Oy.
to find out in this interview, all right?
Yeah, let's find out.
So what we usually do is Farrow's going to do his little shtick, and then we're gonna rock and roll with you, sir.
Sound good to me.
Sounds
all right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have at it our esteemed introduction for our esteemed guest. Born April 23rd, 1954, Anthony White, better known by his ring name Tony Atlas, American bodybuilder, powerlifter, professional wrestler, who's held multiple titles and championships in each of these sports. He's also known by his bodybuilding title, Mr. USA, a distinction he has earned 3 times. Also known as the Black Superman, as well as an alter ego named Saba Simba. F you, Vince. Anyway, he returned as an F you, Vince. He returned as an on-screen manager for WWE, which I personally loved, appearing on its now-defunct ECW brand. And, of course, he re-signed with WWE with a Legends deal in mid-2012. Residence, where are you living at,
I
sir?
live in Auburn, Maine.
Okay, all right.
Not far from here.
No.
All right. Multiple names, as I've mentioned previously.
You shouldn't have really told the Pharaoh that, man, because you might just be visiting your home on
bit of
regular
a mark.
basis.
Too close.
A bit
The
of a
only thing
mark.
about Maine, once you go there, you don't want to leave.
Really?
I like professional wrestlers' feet.
Nice, bro.
You
too.
dig into
That's
cold
another-
weather?
Oh, sorry.
It's no worse than New York or Chicago.
Well, that's why I'm not a
Okay.
big fan of New
Same
York
thing.
anymore.
But no, it's just the freedom. You got more freedom. There's no traffic.
Nice.
You can buy whatever you want to buy.
Fresh air.
Fresh air. You
What
got
does
the
Tony
countryside.
Atlas nowadays do for recreation?
Tony Atlas is a direct support. I work with mentally challenged adults. I'm also a personal trainer at the Auburn YMCA. I got a youth program there, and I work with young troubled kids. I do a lot of motivation speaking to kids because there's a lot of things that I was taught when I was young that we don't put into kids. Whatever, my mother said, you reap what you sow. If you plant apples, you're not gonna get oranges. In my generation, there was two things that was planted in me. It was planted, just like you plant a seed in the ground. One was pledge allegiance to the flag every morning in school. I made a pledge to serve and honor my country. And then me, not putting everything away about it, me, I one day just decided I want to go to LA and get my face stepped on and not go to Philly. That's what me and SD were talking about at the Hall of Fame. They were going to put the belt on me and SD that night that we were going to beat Fuji and Saito.
Really?
I decided I don't want to wrestle. I'm tired. I want to have a vacation. This girl told me she got some new tennis shoes.
You and SD were about
to be the first.
You believe this?
This is unbelievable.
SD would have been the
SD
first.
wanted to smack you senseless.
He forgave me. He forgave me.
Okay.
He talked about it in the Hall of
Oh
Fame.
my God.
And that's when Rocky took SD place. It was SD before Rocky. SD Special Delivery Show. And I took away SD first break.
Wow.
Can I get your thoughts
Over
on
a
SD?
pair of tennis shoes.
A pair of
Over
tennis
tennis
shoes.
shoes.
A girl called me and said, I just bought these shoes. I can't wait to show them when you be home.
Right. And you're
And
like,
I had this real strong foot
You
fetish.
with toes, man. What's up with
No,
you?
no, I got a shoe fetish.
shoe fetish.
Not a foot fetish.
Okay,
There's a
shoe-
difference.
hold on, interesting. All right.
Skinsky.
So when you come back and SD now knows that you
He
finally
forgave
had
me.
right away he forgave you?
No, it took a while. It took a while, but later on, me and him, we started talking, and he knew that I was crazy. I was all messed up. Messing with
let me
drugs
let me
and
let me
stuff.
ask you a quick question. They put the belts around you and Johnson,
Right.
which in the day was huge.
Yeah.
I could remember that day like it was yesterday. Both of you guys. What was your problem with Rocky Johnson? Because the rumor has it is you guys just couldn't get along and they had to take
Well,
the
me and
straps from
Rocky
you.
talked later. That's what I thought at first. And I say some horrible things about Rocky that I take back now. But once me and Rocky was able to sit down and talk.
But what was the original beef? What was the problem?
Well, me and Rocky never had a chance to bond. Now think about it. We had the belt for almost a year and we teamed up 3 times.
Yeah.
Why? Why,
That's
by
what
the way?
SD used to say all the time. He said, y'all the only guys that put the belt on and they never promoted it.
Why do you think that was?
Senior put the belt on us.
Oh, Senior made that
Okay.
decision.
Junior took it off.
So Junior just didn't like it and didn't use
Well,
it.
Junior was not in charge till 85. Senior died in
Gotcha.
85.
Gotcha.
We won the belt in 82.
Gotcha. Understood.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
So it
Senior-
sounds to me
it
like
was
Junior just
Senior-
didn't like it, and
It wasn't
Let it
his.
sit.
Well, it wasn't his creation. That's why when you go in, when I went back, Vince Jr. never booked Tony. I was doing this, the WWF then the same thing. I was doing no work. In fact, I did less. And the owner at that time said, "I have to make an example of you, of all the people." See, so. I learned long time ago that people say, no, it don't matter. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Not to everybody, but in certain situations, it does, because it's just something about human nature. It in all of us. We got this certain human nature that we pull for one side more than we pull. If you're Democrat, you pull more for a Democrat, and then nobody on the Democrat side could do anything wrong, and everything that go wrong is the other guy's fault, and I got nothing to do with it, even though I'm working too. I'm there. I'm part of it, but I don't got nothing to do with it. Well, what the hell you doing there if you ain't got nothing to do nothing? Go home if you ain't got nothing. If you ain't involved in nothing, what you there for? But anyway, and then it's the same, on the other side. So wrestling is pretty much the same way. When the crap hit the ceiling, if you're not connected with the right people, or if you're not packing the houses, then the guys that pack the houses, that you can get away with what they want. The guy that don't pack the house, he ain't gonna get away with nothing, and so on.
Yeah, but at that time, you and Johnson are tag team champions, which is, by the way, one of the most important matches in the history of wrestling.
But if you look at all the matches during that time we had that belt that we had together, SD Jones told me something. He was laughing. He said, you know, y'all two guys are the first two guys I seen that had that belt. They didn't make no money with it. You go back through the computer. I asked anybody out there, they look at all the matches me and Rocky had to defend that belt.
It's hard to find.
Because we had nothing.
Yeah, but
Except when we won it, we
but
lost it.
Rocky kind of blames you for no showing events and doing all that, right?
It wasn't so much. It wasn't so much that, you know. It was.
He said you wouldn't go to the smaller towns, you know. So he, you know, maybe he thinks
Well, that's
there
not
was
true.
money to be drawn.
Well, no, that is not true. Why would I come back and screw up? Why would I do that? I gotta be a complete idiot. That's not true.
That's Rocky Johnson talking. I have no idea, right?
And like I said, it always the other guy.
Yeah, I got you.
No matter who you talk to. When you read my book, one thing that Scott Teal told me that he liked about my book, he said, Tony, you the first person that I would read a book for like this. He said, why is that? My statement in my book. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people helped Tony Atlas to get on top. Thousands of people helped Tony to get on top. Only one person helped Tony to fall to the bottom, Tony Atlas himself. I'm the captain of my own ship. When I came back, because I was with, I came back from California and went back to work. They put the title on me and Rocky. I tried everything in my power to make that thing work. I didn't miss no show. Chief Dave Strongbow bagged them to put SD on the show with us to make sure I get to the show. Rocky was the transportationer. I depend on Rocky for a ride. He was the man with the wheels.
Right.
I just flew in from California and went to work. I ain't had a car. See, so everybody want to blame their mistakes on Tony Atlas. It's easy to do to blame somebody else for a decision you make. I take full responsibility for everything I ever did, but I'm not going to own up to something that I didn't do. No, I didn't miss any shows. They got records, you know. You look it all up on the computer. Everything's on the computer. If I didn't miss a show, how come my name there? If I wasn't there.
You know, that's a good point.
That's right. You know they got records of all this stuff, man. You can get out and tell all the lies you want today, but they got a thing out here today with what is good about the internet called fact check.
Adonis, Ventura, Patera. Yeah. And then they drop, it just makes no... Let me ask you
what
this.
is that?
You and the Soul Man, you end up dropping the belts to Adonis and Murdoch. Can you share any thoughts on Adonis? A lot of guys have come through and they say he wasn't a very good guy.
Yeah, we hear some
Adonis
stuff.
was the most disrespectful,
Oh, here we go.
most degenerate
Get out.
individual I ever met in my life.
In your life.
Really now?
Why?
What did he? What was he just rude to you? Was all
he
hell
was
or
rude, obnoxious,
racist?
hell of a
Is he racist? Or just an equal opportunity asshole?
You got that right.
Okay.
Yeah. He wasn't so much.
Fair enough.
So much race, because all of us, whether we want to realize or not, we got a little bit of racism in us.
Sure.
Jimmy Snuka and Nancy Argentina. Did you know anything that went on in that situation?
I wasn't there.
Were you close with Snuka at all?
I love Jimbo. I still like him. I like Jimbo a whole lot.
Well, what did you hear about the situation? How's that? I'm not asking whether you know. Just what did you hear, and did Jimmy ever talk to you about anything?
No, me and Jimmy never discussed that. We really never did discuss about what happened with him and that girl. I knew that they were dating for a while, and what was she? I think my second or third wife used to date him. you know. But there was probably about maybe 20 different stories went out on that about what happened with that girl. But I think a guy called me. He's supposed to be what called a DA guy from the district attorney.
Right.
Probably, when they want to reopen the case stuff,
Sure.
he called me. He asked me questions about it, but he said that what the court papers say and what Jimmy said in his book don't match, and that's why they're wanted to reopen the case. So that's going to be kind of like a OJ mystery in the rest of the world for many, many years. 'Cause the only person that really know what happened in that room was Jimmy and that girl. Nobody else was around when it happened.
And they're both gone.
And they're both gone.
Yep.
So, you're going to hear 101 story of speculation. I even repeated some of the speculation, which I stopped doing because, my wife, God bless her, she said, you got to stop repeating what people say when you wasn't there, because the wrestling business, I keep forgetting myself that guys love to exaggerate. They want to be a part of it.
I think everybody likes to exaggerate, man.
Everybody do that?
Everybody. It's not just wrestling.
Okay. Yeah. And so I got to be careful not to exaggerate and put myself into something just to be part of it.
Well, I don't want you to speculate, but you're kind of blowing this next question out.
Well,
what are your thoughts
anyway.
What are your thoughts on the Benoit murders?
Now, that's another one. See, I was in Maine. That was in Texas. That's another one that I used to speculate on that I stopped speculating on.
No more speculating.
No more speculation. Yeah. Everybody's a freaking psychologist now. For a while, Tony Atlas thought he was. You can fan 101 tapes of me saying that. I went to Lee Junior High School and I almost passed the 6th grade, but I know this, and I have done that. I have done that, and I got to stop doing that.
So no more speculating.
No more speculating. I mean, right now he won't, but tomorrow I'll probably speculate again.
Well, but as Tony Farrow, you're not speculating.
No, Tony Farrow don't speculate.
All right, that's all I want to know.
You heard it here.
Not the Farrow, baby.
Look, he's got the Farrow.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Interaction between you and the iconic Bruno Sammartino. Did you have any interaction with him?
Yeah.
Got any stories to tell?
Well, Bruno and me, we was when we was around each other, it wasn't about no wrestling. It was about lifting. Yeah, me and Bruno, we were about that. We were about lifting them weights, Hey, kid, I hear you broke my record today. Because I was in Pittsburgh, and me, Tito Santana, I remember Axe Demolition, all of them was at the gym. We were all in there working out at the gym upstairs there in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I bench pressed 565 that day.
Wow.
And Bruno heard about it. So Bruno come back, oh, kid, I hear you just broke my record. And I said, what was your record? He said, 560. He said, it's only about 5 pounds. Just 5 pounds, only 5 pounds. But you broke my record, only 5 pounds, yeah. He patted me on the back. I love Bruno. I love Bruno, man. Bruno was the type of guy that he looked like a wrestler. He looked the part. He was a wrestler. He was legitimate. That's what I was saying about when you got a guy sitting in the office writing a script for you, and you got to go out and play something that you never had no experience at in your entire life. So people are not stupid. People know that something is not, it don't click. It's just something there don't click. It's kind of like I was with McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre?
Yeah, Drew McIntyre last night. What he's doing that fits him. Things have to fit. I remember watching this television program about Hercules. And the modern one, the modern lives, when the reality of Hercules. Then I look at that guy, he ain't got no muscles. Now, when you see Hercules, no muscles.
Well,
And he was with Xena for a while. Remember the Xena?
Yeah, sure,
that
sure.
Guy, whatever
Okay,
his
you're
name
talking-
was.
all right.
That had the long hair
Yep,
and
yep.
stuff. He don't look like no Hercules, but they paying him money to play something that it don't fit. In the older days, if you meet Ric Flair is the same inside, outside, in bed, out of bed. That's Flair. That's his inner character, and we was able to do that. We were able to release that inner character in us. And you can't create. I can't make you what you not. I can't make him what he's not. I can't make him what he's not. I can't make nobody. If you're not that, you just ain't that. That's why when they put belts on certain people, I look. I say, "Come on now." I ain't gonna call no name, but come on now.
go ahead. You could call some names.
No, come on. Yeah, I ain't gonna.
Should I call him for you?
No, because
Kofi Kingston?
Well, if that but
Finn Balor?
you rough.
I could keep going.
You rough. You rough on him, man. You rough on.
By the way,
you
this
rough
is
on him,
only
man.
the views of Monty from Monty and Tony Farrow. Tony Farrow is not agreeing with what I'm saying. I'm just throwing names out there.
I don't agree with you. I just said that. Another thing that I learned in the business, the man is not here to defend himself. So I kind of feel, But regardless, what I'm saying is that it got to fit. People get tired of being screwed.
All right, Tommy Wildfire Rich.
Love him to death. I got a lot of. He broke my neck though. Now there's the funny story.
That's a funny story.
We were driving back one night, and Tommy had this bad habit. If you sitting behind him in a car, he would turn all the freaking way around and looking at you going down the highway. And he used to do that all the freaking time. This one time on them crooked roads up in Ohio, he'd done that crazy stuff. And he went up, he always told me the same thing, relax, I got it, But this one time he did it, it's always that one time. You don't do it twice to learn your lesson. You only need once now. We went off the side of the road. Now, there's a lot of people involved in this story. We went off the side of the road. The car flipped over. The hood was bent all the way down to the doorknob. I was asleep in the back, so I was wedged down into the seat like this. And the hood was on my head like this. The other guys were the Johnny Rich, the other guy that was, what was his name? Son, dang it. Oh, he was a referee. Oh, I can't think of the poor kid's name right now. But anyway, let me tell a story. If his name pop up, I'll throw it out there. But anyway, so they were waiting for the jaws of death to get me out.
Wow.
The Sheik was riding with Ole Anderson, the Iron Sheik. He said, who's down there? And they said, Tony Atlas, he's trapped in the car and the gas is leaking and smoking, and they said he's going to get burned alive if somebody don't get him out. The Sheik ran down and ripped the door off. Yeah. Under that moment, ripped the freaking ass the Sheik next time you see him.
That's like Hulk strength.
Well, you could do that with, because they were waiting for the door, but he came and pulled the door, got the door open, and the Sheik, the Iron Sheik, got me out the car before he caught on fire.
Wow.
The Iron Sheik. So I'll be dead now if it wasn't for Sheik.
So you're
That's
forever
why I love-
forever in debt to
I ain't
Sheik.
gonna never say anything bad about Sheik. Because I see how the Sheik are all in time of need. He didn't even and Ole told him, say he's a baby face, which means good guy. Sheik is healed. He said, if you go down there, I'm gonna fire you.
Wow.
But the Sheik just ran and got the door open, got me out, got me up on there. So I went to the hospital there.
Can you believe that Tony is about to die and the promoter's telling the other guy, you can't break kayfabe.
Yeah.
Don't go down there.
Yes.
Holy
honest God
cow.
truth. Honest God truth. Honest God truth. This was Ole Anderson with Georgia Championship Wrestling there. But anyway, because that TV we were going to Ohio then. We just started going to Ohio and Wheeling, West Virginia. Anyway, they put me in the hospital. I was there for about maybe 3 days. I was unconscious. I don't know how long I was there. But anyway, when I got out, they put a halo on me. On my head. Mm-hmm. They wires. I look like Frankenstein. You know? They said, oh, take that fucking thing off. Take that fucking thing off. He said, I don't want the people to see you like this. He said, I got an anger. I got a freaking anger for you. So he had me to take the halo off, put my elbow up on the turnbuckle, hold my chin like this, and Buzz Sawyer. They supposed to come in with a 2x4 that's supposed to be gimmick. You're going to saw some of it, and then put stuff around it so you don't see it, and whack me in the head and break the 2x4 in my head. Buzz, who was always
But let's just say you okay with Buzz doing that? I mean, that's a scary situation in itself.
I didn't know him then. We didn't know each other. You got to realize we young. I didn't know him A from apple butter. I just know he's going to come in with the 2x4, hit me in the head with it. But Buzz was so stoned that morning, he forgot to saw it a little bit. So it was nothing wrong with that 2x4. And I got to just coming out the hospital with this halo, and I'm up here just like this, and they come in here and he hit me. Well,
I love it. This is incredible.
My good friend here asked me to do some of the guys that have been on the Monty and Pharaoh show, and I try my dumbbell best to catch everybody's character. If you notice, Tony Atlas taking up all the room as usual.
Because of the biggest head.
Yeah, I got the biggest head there, Or
I'm sorry, the biggest body, but the smallest head.
Yeah, the smallest head, but that fit Tony Atlas. That's Tony Atlas, the biggest body and the smallest head. Been like that for years. But then I try to put some of my friends in, and this is a fantastic show. I was telling the guys earlier, there are just as many wrestlers that have been on this program that have been in the WWF or WWE. This is an amazing thing they got going here. A lot of us guys, like some of the guys that I travel with and wrestle with, like Bundy. We were talking about Bundy not too long ago. I was sitting beside him. Now Bundy's no longer here. But the Pharaoh could say that at one time y'all watched the Monty and the Pharaoh show, and you saw him because of what these guys do. So this is a great thing, you guys, that what they do. I mean, how can you sit and hear in-depth stuff about Tony Atlas if it wasn't for the Monty and Pharaoh show? How can you hear stuff about the Iron Sheik, Tito Santana, Greg Valentine? I mean, every wrestler on here had lived a different lifestyle, a different story, different territory, different nationalities, Spanish, Black, Caucasian, Puerto Rican, Indian. You got it's like a freaking United Nation here. Everybody got a different upbringing, a different story, a different experience, and they all have been on the Monty and Pharaoh show. So I don't know if y'all appreciate what y'all seen, but to me, I knew a lot of these guys, like Andre the Giant, and I knew guys that have been on this show that's no longer here to tell their stories anymore. So if you get a chance to see one of us guys, take advantage of it. We ain't gonna be here forever. We the last of the Mohegans, the end of the wrestlers. We was not sports entertainers. We was wrestlers, and we wouldn't put nobody over that couldn't beat us in real life. We try to not screw the people and show the people something that we were not. The Tony Atlas you seen on TV is the same Tony Atlas you're going to meet in person. The Ric Flair you meet on TV is the same Ric Flair you're going to meet in person. Bundy was Bundy up until he died. Razor Ramon, we immediately stayed Razor Ramon. They was not characters. The character was the person themselves.